Hi y'all, it's me Vinny. Welcome back to my channel. Today, this is the day when I finally want to react to this one particular video. This video has so many views, 9.1 million views now. I never watched him, never knew about him up until he covered about Andrew Tate, and then it got viral. I actually don't understand why Andrew Tate got banned, like real reason why, but they said it's because this man is a danger to the society, especially to those in social media platform. I would say it's understandable on TikTok because there's a lot of kids using TikToks because kids copy. There's a reason for us parents, if we can get away from social media, it has to be from us first. We have to set example to our kids. If we're not using any social media, most likely they are not, especially if it's underage, I think. So yeah, without further ado, let's just watch this video and I will give my opinions regarding this.
But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man, that's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his.
So that is you saying that women are your property.
Have you ever seen a woman try and do anything competently?
If you are listening, Andrew Tate, you are weird. I'm gonna find you and peg you, Andrew Tate.
There's gonna be a lot of reaction from people when watching Andrew Tate. But me, I'm part of those that laugh when I saw the ridiculousness of what he's saying. I think some of the things that he posted is meant to be laughed about, and some of the things that he posted is meant to be, like think about.
Why they angry? He's speaking reality. Why you gonna get mad cause he's telling you to treat me like a king?
I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for.
You go, fuck her. That's how it goes. Slap, slap, grab, choke, shut up, bitch.
I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet.
Sparkling water, please.
Oh shit, Andrew?
How you doing, bro? Keep her in line, bro. You're doing good.
I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet.
When I grab you by your neck and you start annoying me trying to resist, and I just, and then I grab you by your neck again. Then what the fuck are you gonna do when your face is collapsed?
Oh my god. The editing though, I have to say, that's quite interesting. Well, for me, I can laugh about it. I know, I can sense which one is a joke and which one is not. Which one is exaggeration and which one is not. But I don't know with other people. Okay. Before recording and leading up to today's desk watches, I received calls, messages from women coming forward about Andrew Tate. They told and showed me many horrors and personal experience, from threatening behavior upward and including sexual assault. Unfortunately, I cannot show this evidence as they ask for the evidence not to be revealed, as they are worried for their safety. I mean, if you're not gonna put the evidence, probably this is so unnecessary because this is quite dangerous too. Now it's just like a gossip things. If it's me, I'm not gonna put it on my video.
How's it going, Dazzlers? Welcome back to Daz Games and another Daz Watches. Quite possibly the most unique Daz Watches I think I've ever filmed or done research into. I've just got off the phone with a woman. Now, depending on the outcome of this video, you would have heard the phone call. But as I'm filming this now, she's going to get back to me to see if she's happy to submit her evidence in this video.
For me, this one is quite questionable because why in the hell that those women come to him? I just don't get the reason why. Is this guy is very famous on the internet? I know that he has so many subscribers, but this is actually the first time I know him ever. So I don't know the truth behind this. I don't know what's the reason for this. It's questionable for me.
If I do not include the phone call that I've just had, it is because she has decided that she would like to keep herself private, as she is concerned, as many other women are, about her safety when it comes to who we are reacting to today, Andrew Tate.
You don't have to put that bit onto your video because now it sounded like, really? Even me, I question this. the truth behind this one.
Is with a young woman who knew Andrew apparently very well. And the women that are coming forward to me, who are reaching out to me and telling me their stories, they involve situations of abuse, violence, sexual violence, assault. And unfortunately, everything that you're seeing is not a character. This is exactly who Andrew Tate is. I am not the police. I'm not here.
Unless he wants to submit the evidence so that we know exactly, oh, this is not a character, this is exactly who it is. Because this is the evidence, blah, blah, blah. Now it's just like, oh, apparently this is not a character, this is the real him. How do you know? Now we don't get anything from that, right?
I am not the police. I'm not here to pass judgment. It's not my place. But I do
you
have a
just did.
platform. And with my knowledge of the current situation and multiple women coming forward to me, my advice to them was to go back to the police, speak to them, and my platform will always be a voice for women and men of domestic abuse, sexual violence, and assault. I will always speak up against it, and I don't care how much of a G you are. Today we're leaving internet trends, we're leaving humor, we're leaving diss tracks, we're leaving everything out of this because this has turned into something that I quite frankly, I'm not surprised. That phone call just happened. And if it's in the video, it's because she has asked it to be. And if it's not, that's what happened just now. But for those who don't know, and I find it very hard to believe that many of us don't know who Andrew Tate is, I don't think I have to do any explaining. But let's get into this. Who is Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate is a internet personality and multi-millionaire, self-made businessman, said to run a pyramid-schemed empire based on giving out business advice. I haven't really looked too much into the business because unfortunately everything else has just overshadowed it, but apparently it's a very successful business and many young men are being coached by this man on how to lead into the future, beating their chests. As most men are taught in life, we must grow up strong, we must grow up tough, and we must never back down from a fight or show emotion. And Andrew Tate has won over his own fans, not just because of his lavish lifestyle of fast cars, jets, and having a very successful background in MMA. But that's not really what's grabbed the internet's attention. Him being rich and him being a kickboxer is just the start of it. Really, his career started back when he was in Big Brother and he was evicted because footage of him beating a woman with a belt, who I have come to understand was his former girlfriend, was released. I cannot show all of the footage, but this is all out on the internet, so I'll mix it up with the audio of the footage. And this is the footage that I believe got Andrew Tate removed from Big Brother.
I don't know what's going on with people nowadays. They seems like they need to have a role model somewhere else, not the father or the mother. I mean, you can learn from other people, but role model? It is very sad to see that, to know, even to hear, if someone say that you are my only role model, you help me out, and this person is like a person they know in the internet. It's just sad to see, like, why that's happened.
With what?
You have.
A belt, because you're a jerk. Show me the bruises.
What?
Bang. I have an idea. You know what my idea is? You want to know what my idea is? That's right, lock the door, you. You knew I was going to beat the out of you. If you behaved, I wouldn't have to hit you, would I? You don't. Get out. You can't stay in there forever.
Now, the woman I've spoken to...
that clip is new. Never watched that before. It was a bit scary.
Said that Andrew has many girls that apparently he has a very deliberate abusive relationships for. And some of the girls have come forward saying that they were just playing, joking, and that this was part of their dynamic in their relationship.
Go tell the camera that I beat you and you don't do as I say.
Hey, sorry.
Go say it in English, proper English, no Slovak bull. Say it to the camera.
He beats me when I don't listen.
That's not what I said say, is it? I said I said tell the camera I beat you when you don't do as I say. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say the word listen?
And to make I cannot. I don't think I'm going to put that on my video because that's just way too much of a, well, I don't want. But judging from the clothing and everything, you know, there are some people who like to do that for fun, which I don't get why, but yeah, that happened.
Now, this is what Tate had to say about these clips being released. And then we'll give my views.
So, yeah, exactly. So, you were on a reality TV show, and a video of you hitting a woman with a belt.
Yeah, so video of me hitting a woman with a belt blows up. It's all in the, this is like 10 years ago, before the internet was big. So it's like English tabloids, blah, 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 blah. Andrew's a woman beater, Amber's a woman beater. The woman, obviously, now once again, this is an IQ test, right? Because any guy who's bad with women would look at it and go, Tate's a woman beater. Any man who's actually a G, who's been around a little bit, would look at the video and go, man, she wants that.
Yeah, the crying really gave it away.
The first video, that was a bit creepy, you know. It's not look like as if it's intended to something related to, you know, that. But the second one, I would agree that that's probably just the way they do it. The reality is outside, yeah, there are people doing that and probably enjoying that. I don't know why, but yeah, they are.
Comfortable, unpleasant body language of the woman in that video, which unfortunately I can't show on YouTube, really gave it away that she loved it, Tate. And you're right, maybe we don't understand because we're not a G. I mean, is that like a gangster sort of thing? I don't know.
She likes it.
A little bit of spanking.
You know, it's normal, right?
But if you're going to get some spanking.
But if you're a dude who never gets laid, you can't fathom that a woman would want that. So they can't fathom it. So really, this is not even an IQ test. This is a test of how good you are with chicks.
So not really an explanation for it. His fan base seemed to think that this has been debunked as a case of she was up for it. It was a submissive relationship. Now, let's put aside what everyone thinks for a second, and I'll tell you what I think. Without physically seeing the video, it's hard to judge just from audio how brutal Andrew is treating these women. She was crying. She did not look happy. This did not look like an environment where it felt safe and there were restrictions in place. When you have to hide yourself in the toilet because you know what's coming, whether you think you're into it or not, this is not okay. This is not okay behavior. This is not the behavior of a G. This is not the behavior of a man. And with everything else coming out and his words, which we'll get more and more into in this video, it's very, very apparent to me, and he doesn't deny it, he gets off on hurting women, making them feel vulnerable, dominating them, and letting them in their place.
I'm old enough that I've been in the world for longer enough, been as an adult for quite long enough, and it's not something surprising that there are people like that. To tell you the truth, it's not.
Of the internet, where he's been searched more than people like Taylor Swift. His comments and misogynistic views have been met with obvious anger and frustration. But surprisingly, a lot of men and women have agreed with a lot of his views. Now, I will say this. For the people saying that, oh, Andrew actually makes a lot of points I agree with, though. Oh, okay. Wipe the slate clean. Let's forget about it all, shall we? Because he said a few good things and some things that I agree with. Do you know who else did that? Hitler. Hitler gave great advice to people in his lifetime. Killed millions of people, though. In life, you have to weigh up a person. Even the most evil, corrupt
Wait. I mean, like, Hitler killed millions of people. To compare him with Hitler is kind of like a bit way so ridiculous. But I know what he's saying. You know, you cannot just see the good, which is, for him, is only a little bit. And the bad thing that he said is quite a lot. I knew Tate the first time because of the YMH podcast. That was the first time I knew Tate is, and I was like, oh, this man is ridiculously funny. It's just like watching a funny show because the interaction is just way so good. And I always say that Tate is very good in podcast setting with other people that are in his level of maturity or above him, I would say.
When you weigh it up, it counters. You know, you have to judge a person by their actions. And sometimes you have to dig a little bit deeper and really think about what someone's saying and what those words mean behind it. before you can say, it's okay because they said a good thing yesterday. I don't buy that shit.
That's actually a good point. You have to dig deeper of the things that people said. That's exactly what you need with Tate speech. It's just a matter of how you view things.
Get that. Let's dive a little deeper. The control over women has been the subject of hot debate, and it really came from one of the most popular clips, and admittedly it was one of the first clips I saw on TikTok of Andrew, was him stating that he was entitled to a OnlyFans models if they were his girlfriend. He would be entitled to a percentage of their money, if not pretty much all of it.
You say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So she wants to do OnlyFans. She owes him some money because she's his.
Well, that's crazy.
She is his girl.
The best part of it, what he's saying is crazy for him, but knowing that women wants to be in OnlyFans when they're in a relationship is not crazy. For me, that would be the first thing that I say, oh, that's crazy. You know, that's why it's just a lot of people have their own principle of how they deal with their life. And apparently this is how he deal with his life. I just don't know. Like this discussion about OnlyFans. Why we discuss about this? This is ridiculous for me.
Is you saying that women are your property?
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him. And the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those intimate parts of her body.
So it's reverse. Male star owes the woman.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's
that's inherently where you get called sexist.
So
He said, I don't know. So that's fair enough. Well, I'm just like, what the hell are we just discussing? You know, now we're talking about male porn star. I don't give a damn. That's probably what my answer is going to be.
First, male porn star owes the woman.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's
that's inherently where you get called sexist.
So regardless of how Andrew wants to put a spin on it, the fact that he believes that if the positions were reversed, if a man was to be making money from his body, a woman gets nothing. I've heard other interviews of Andrew stating that in marriage, a woman, her father, hands them off its tradition and is given to the man. This is very true in a lot of religious ceremonies, and most weddings, the father gives their daughter away. This is not a contractual agreement. You are not purchasing the woman. She is not given away to serve you. Dad walking his daughter up the aisle and say, I support your decision. That's it. That's the spiritual meaning behind it.
It's more than just I support your decisions. It's deeper than that. It's not just, yeah, I support you, I walk you on the aisles. It's not just that. It's more meaningful than that.
In fact, men who have this ideology, much like Andrew, are the same men that passed rights taken away from women on abortion rights. We're not going to get into that one today. That's another issue, but it's the same mentality.
Say the truth.
Which is?
Women can't fight. Men are stronger. Like more true things. I think another thing I said is and maybe I'll upset the ladies on the podcast. I hope not, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Probably will.
I said if I were to get on a plane and that plane was to fly into the eye of a hurricane, there was a 50% chance of it crashing. I'd want a male pilot because I think that males are better under stress and under pressure. That's just true. Women are better at other things than men. And I'll sit here and say women are...
Go.
I actually watched a podcast when he said about the airplane things. I mean, it never bothered me when someone say like, I prefer this and that, because that's his preference or that's their preference, right? But most of us can't choose who the pilot is, right? He has the privilege to have his own airplane, and if he wants a male to fly his airplane, then that's his preference. I never get offended as a woman when someone say that about women. I don't care. It's his opinion, it's his life. He wants it that way, that's it.
Now you can take away from this that the biological truth that most men are larger in frame and stronger in muscle. Biologically, no one's an idiot. Everyone knows that's true. But
so?
That is that's what people listen to. He said something that's correct. But and they seem to forget everything else that he's just said.
What?
Men make better pilots. I don't know what statistics there are out there that prove that. Some of the female pilots I've met.
He's not saying that. He said that he preferred this because he thought, in his opinion, man is better in this and that. Because he has this kind of a knowledge about what is men best at. And why should we debate that? Debating his preference, like, why?
Like air shows and stuff, there's some of the best pilots in the world. And as a combatant, as a decorated athlete in martial arts, for him to say that women can't fight is crazy to me. You've only got to like watch UFC and watch the women's division, and in most cases they're fully capable of taking down a man much bigger and stronger than them.
Maybe women can fight, but to beat a man takes another kind of women. I prefer not to fight. Never in my life that I got any physical fight with anyone at all, actually. But in general, if a woman wants to fight a guy, she can. But what's the percentage if the man can fight her back that she gonna win? There are some cases that a woman can kill a man, but in generally speaking, what are the percentage? If the guy can fight at his back, what is the percentage of us can get away from that safely? You know.
This is horseshit.
It's not horseshit. It's just...
They're better at X. But I will say that men are better at Y. I'm not going to sit and pretend that we're all the same. We're not. Under pressure, when your life is on the line, anyone who's honest would want a male pilot in said situation. You would not.
But in an airplane situation, I mean, you cannot just wish upon a star when you're already in the airplane, right? You just, pray for the best, actually.
No, I wouldn't care. To say that, like,
I wouldn't care too about that one,
his
actually.
accounts on women are very, like, strange to me. And I've met a lot of women that he sort of seems to describe. Women that are, like, really emotional, very materialistic. Sometimes when Tate is making a good, valid point, he'll have to interject a jab. You know, he'll have to get a jab in there against women and just bring them down a notch. And that's evidence in other interviews.
That's kind of true.
If you're not gonna,
sometimes that.
If you're not gonna have children, what are you gonna do with your lives?
If I'm not gonna have children, travel, just pursue anything that makes me happy. Try to make money. I love traveling, so I would probably just
drink cocktails on the beach. Okay, next.
So there it is. That's his argument. He takes his experience with the girls that he attracts and he just offloads that on the entire gender as a whole. We need to stop taking our experiences with our girlfriends, our boyfriends, and hitting everyone who's innocent with the same shovel because they're the same gender as the person who hurt you. This is a case that I think Andrew Tate needs to break because Andrew is a very materialistic man. And I don't think he tries to hide that. I think if me and him were talking right now, he'd say, absolutely, I am a materialistic man. He raves about Bugattis and fast cars and money and expensive cigars and your brands. And that's his, lifestyle. Yeah. He throws his lifestyle out there. This is what you have to be. This is a man. If you're going to be a very materialistic person and think those are the things that matter in life, you will attract that in the opposite sex. You will attract a girl who is also wanting just the money, who also just wants to buy handbags and have their nails done and all the other little jabs that Andrew seems to get in. This is not all women. I have a girlfriend and barely wears makeup. I've never seen her get her nails done. She loves to travel, she doesn't want kids, and she's one of the most wonderful human beings on this planet. And I know so many other women who are just not these type of women that are very material.
No, we know Andrew Tate, what he's kind of like, his marketing strategy is him being rich, right? Having a Bugatti, having a big house, whatever. I'm not in his social media, I don't really know what kind of life is portrayed there, but yeah, that's like some of the things that he always say. I have a good car and things like that, and I think people who watch him know exactly that he is a very materialistic kind of person. And when he say that that type of guy will attract that type of woman, absolutely right. It's just how it is. But what's that got to do with that clips? I don't have any idea.
to get material, and this is all Andrew knows. He thinks he knows women because he beds and controls and manipulates all these women that all they care about is fame and standing on a yacht. And there are women out there.
Manipulate? I don't understand this part at all. And that clip was not a manipulation to women. What was in that clip means that he manipulated women. I'm kind of lost here. I don't get what he's saying.
Just because that's all he knows, and of course that's all he knows. He's material. He's attracting material girls. Girls with common sense don't go near him. So of course he doesn't know the other side.
Girls with common sense don't go near him. I would say like this. Like I said before, it's an open book. He said what he said, so take the risk if you want, you know?
About the same thing, like travel, focus on my career, things like that. Like my career will become my baby.
What about you?
I honestly just want to get right into my career.
So a bunch of women who choosing not to have children, which is we're not in the 1940s anymore. It's not expected for women to just have kids, stay at home and bake fucking bread. I thought we were...
It's not about the year, but it's just we are born with that production system that we are capable to have a baby and give birth. There's a reason why we have that, right? It is our own decision, of course, if we want to have kids or not. But why don't you want to have kids? It's different if you cannot have kids, but to not wanting to have kids while you have everything that you have, I just, like why? It's a beautiful thing to have kids.
You guys want to do if you guys didn't want to have kids? They've given very reasonable answers, which most men also would not want kids for the same reasons. What's his response? Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Well, I plan on becoming a doctor. So I'm just, my career.
Go do it. Go do it. It's your life, Damn right.
A life without children is vapious. And it's inane and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is matters.
No, I have to agree with that. Now you have a purpose. Now you have something bigger than you that you're responsible about. That's make you a better human being by itself. That sacrifices that you made for yourself is good, but sacrifices that you made for your kids has even granted you a lot of more happiness, I think. When we are single, we have ambition, we have a job, we have lots of money. Then after that, what? We have a kids. The drive is different. It's hard to explain until you have your kids.
Matters.
Oh, but by the way, you need to want to have a kid first to have a kids, because if you don't want it, I saw people also that failed hard being a good parent because they just hated the fact that they have the kids. They don't want it, I don't really have a words for that, but it's just so unfortunate for the kids, I would say.
Boy, Andrew Tate, he needs a Bugatti tractor.
Your job will fire you at a whim and not give a second. Don't give a solitary shit. So and when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren.
What is this
That's
anger? Why?
No, that's not anger. It's just like the way he talks, actually. But yeah, I feel like when you're alone and you don't have any kids at all, I can't. It's scary to think of that. Especially if you really want to have kids. I always want to have a family. That's like one thing that I want to do. But yeah, it's not just like wanting it. There's tons of responsibilities. If you are not ready for it, if you don't put your head and your mind set on it, then it's going to be a disaster. You have to come with a higher maturity stage to excel. I'm not going to say like excel perfectly, but at least better in family life, because nowadays it's even harder. We need to decide better every single day of what we want to do. It's just harder.
Has to tell them no. This is a very unhealthy man with a very unhealthy addiction to the domination of women.
No, it's not. He said he's not saying no, but he's just saying it would be, better to have kids than to have grandchildren. I mean, what's wrong saying that?
This beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself. Do you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy?
See, again, there's the jab. Oh, you're not going to have kids just because you want Gucci bags. Not all these women one of them just said she wants to be a doctor and save lives. These women have goals. And you're still treating them like they're just some basic young 19 LA chick who just is obsessed with Chanel. That is not all women. And of course, this is Andrew's advice.
I think I'm gonna make 3 parts of this video because this is very long and I don't want to cut only like the several parts of the video because this is not a funny bit or something to laugh about actually. What I don't like about this video is the intro when he said that there are multiple women talking to him regarding how horrifying this Andrew Tate is, but he doesn't want to put the evidence that there are women calling him. It's so unnecessary. It's so not important to be in the video. It's questionable. We don't know the truth of it and it doesn't mean anything at all. That's probably from the first 20 minutes. That's what I don't like. At the end, I have to say, like if you are a parent and you have kids under 16 years old, probably 17, I don't know, I'm still thinking about 16 or 17 to be in social media, but I think never would be enough, you know. I don't think you should let your kids have Instagram and TikTok. It's just unnecessary, seriously. YouTube, it's much more longer content. You can learn a lot of stuff actually from cooking, reading, math, science, biology, everything. So yeah, YouTube is okay for kids, but all of the other social media platforms other than YouTube are not meant for kids. That's just a start. So yeah, that's for me for today, and I'll come back again with a continuation of this video, okay? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.